This is adapted from the National Mental Health Anti-Stigma campaign. What a difference a friend makes. This was published by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, or SAMHSA. Social acceptance is key to mental health recovery. The findings from the 2006 Health Styles Survey found that only around 1/4 of young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 even believed that a person with mental illness can eventually recover. Only 42% of Americans believe that a person with mental illness can be as successful at work as others. Only a little more than a half, 54% of young adults who know someone with a mental illness believe that treatment can help people with mental illnesses lead normal lives. Despite the fact that an overwhelming majority of Americans believe that people with mental illnesses are not to blame for their conditions, 84%, only about 1 in 4, 26%, agrees that people are generally caring and sympathetic towards individuals with mental illnesses. The National Mental Health Anti-Stigma campaign encourages education and support from friends. The opportunity for recovery from mental illness is more likely in a society of acceptance. Many Americans are misinformed about mental illness and respond negatively when confronted with a friend's mental illness. According to the 2006 Health Styles Survey conducted by Porter Novelli, fewer than 1/3 of adults believe a person with mental illness can even recover. And about 1 in 4 adults age 18 to 24 believes a person with mental illness can recover. To help improve awareness about recovery from mental illness, SAMHSA and the Ad Council have developed an anti-stigma campaign targeted to men and women 18 to 24 years old, which focuses on friends as a key component of mental health recovery. Facts friends need to know about friends with mental illnesses. Mental illnesses such as depression, anxiety, bipolar disorder, and schizophrenia are more widespread than most people realize. According to SAMHSA, in 2005, there were an estimated 24.6 million adults age 18 or older who experience serious psychological distress, or SPD, which is highly correlated with serious mental illness. Almost every family in America is affected by someone with a mental illness. Among 18 to 25-year-olds, the prevalence of SPD is high, 18.6% for 18 to 25 versus 11.3% for adults 18 and over. Yet this age group shows the lowest rate of help-seeking behavior. Mental illness can happen to anybody, regardless of race, ethnicity, gender, age, or background. Nearly 1 out of 5 persons 18 to 24 reports having a mental illness. Major depression and anxiety disorders are the most prevalent mental health problems experienced by young adults, who experience most serious mental illnesses at a higher rate than the general population. The incidence of eating disorders among 18 to 24-year-olds was more than twice as prevalent than among all ages. Mental illness is treatable. There are more treatment strategies and community support systems available than ever before, including medication, rehabilitation, psychotherapy, group therapy, self-help, or a combination of these. People with mental illness can and do recover. Studies show that most people with mental illnesses get better and many recover completely. Mental health recovery is a journey of healing and transformation, enabling a person with a mental health problem to live a meaningful life in a community of his or her choice, while striving to achieve his or her full potential. Those with mental health conditions in this age group have a high potential to minimize future disability if social acceptance is broadened and they receive the right support. One of the main reasons why people don't seek help is because of the stigma associated with mental illness. Stigma is a big barrier to recovery. People with mental illnesses are good employees. Studies by the National Institute of Mental Health and the National Alliance to the Mentally Ill show that there are no differences in productivity when people with mental illnesses are compared with other employees. People with mental illness need to be treated with respect, compassion, and empathy, just as anyone with any other serious but treatable condition. Almost 2/3 of 18 to 24-year-olds know someone with depression or alcoholism, and more than 40% of the 18 to 24-year-olds know others with drug addiction. Young adults are more likely than the general population to know someone with a mental illness. Targeting young adults with public education programs is likely to have a broader impact on reducing stigma and discrimination. 2/3 of Americans believe that treatment and support can help people with mental illnesses lead normal lives. Only 1 in 5 persons surveyed feels that persons with mental illness are dangerous to others. Everyone can do something to help a person with mental illness, like avoiding the use of label words, using and showing kindness and respect, or helping to eliminate discrimination against housing, employment, or education. One of the most important factors in recovery is the understanding and acceptance of friends. Friends can make a difference by offering reassurance, companionship, and emotional strength. The emotional and psychological aspects of mental illness make supportive friends and family even more important to a person's recovery. Friends can express an interest and concern for people with mental illness by asking questions, listening to ideas, and being responsive. Friends can break down the stigma and encourage society to treat mental illness like any other health care condition. Friends can also dismiss any preconceived notions about mental illness and embrace a more helpful way of actually relating to people. Friends can learn more about mental illness and how to support a friend who is living with a mental illness in his or her recovery process by visiting www.whatadifference.samhsa.gov. For general information on mental illness, we have the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration. That's www.samhsa.gov. The Center for Mental Health Services. That's mentalhealth.samhsa.gov. There's the National Mental Health Information Center. mentalhealth.samhsa.gov. There's the Resource Center to Address Discrimination and Stigma. www.stopstigma.samhsa.gov. Caring for Every Child's Mental Health Campaign. mentalhealth.samhsa.gov/child. And then finally, there's the National Institutes of Mental Health. It's www.nih.gov/. For information on helping a friend, we have SAMHSA's National Mental Health Anti-Stigma Campaign. Whatadifference.samhsa.gov. What to do when a friend is depressed. www.nimh.nih.gov. We have U Lifeline, an online resource center for collegiate mental health. www.ulifeline.org. There's the American Psychiatric Association, Healthy Minds, Healthy Lives, College Mental Health. www.healthyminds.org/college mental health. And there's the Research and Training Center on Family Support and Children's Mental Health Youth Resources List. That's www.rtc.pdx.edu/pg youth resources.html.